Hi, ViolaRose here, and I'm here with drumroller Melchizedek.
Hello, everyone.
We are going to introduce and talk about Drumrollo's new book, The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Volume 3, Awakening the Illuminated Heart, which has just been released finally, and we are all very excited that you have put this book out. And so, having a look at it, we see the first thing I want to talk about is this cover. Drumroller, will you tell us about this amazing image here on the cover and what that's about? Because a lot of people are actually asking. I'm going to show, before you talk, I'm going to show one more image.
It's very, very important to understand where everything is leading to. And we're in something that we've been in for 4.6 billion years with a hydrogen sun. And all of a sudden, it dies right before our eyes, and a new sun steps forward, which is the helium sun, which is based on different principles. And so everything that we've been doing for the last 4.6 billion years is not as valid as it was then. And some people, and it's going to affect marriage and how people come together. And it's already happening with the children, and so when you look at the book, I'll let you handle the book.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You notice that there's three flower of lives on there. One on the left, one on the right. One on the left is this one is male. And it's a vertical line, and the other one is horizontal, it's female. And when you take the two images and slide them together, that's what you're seeing on the cover, is the male and the female.
It's so beautiful. It's just, I can't stop looking at it.
I know, but it's something that is going to be a big deal from now on for a very long time, because the universe is changing according to this image, and pretty soon it's going to take a while to understand what it's saying, because we've never seen this before. But think about when you first saw the flower of life. You know, you didn't know it had all this information that was associated with it. Practically everything in book 2 was based from it. And but now book 3 is based on this one. It's based on a new image that is going to be extremely important in the future, starting prior to this time. And it's going to give us new abilities that we can't even believe it. If I told you what you're about to go into, you would just think I'm crazy. But it's not crazy. It's really true. And we're about to change everything that we know. Everything we know. And people have been working in different areas of the universe to arrive at that understanding. And there are people alive that have been alive for 100 billion years. No, excuse me, sorry, 100 million years. And they are coming to the point where they understand where I'm going with this, even before I get there.
Will you talk a little bit about the how the polarity that is the masculine flower of life and the feminine, how they're merging into one, and how that's happening within us?
Well, it's a lot of things that are coming together all at once, and so it would take a long time. You'd almost have to read the book to understand it. The first thing is that when we were working with the ATIH.
Awakening the Illuminated Heart.
Yes. And when we were working with that, we began to see things that we had never seen before. And what we started with was the what's it called? The subtle energies. And we had some meditations we wanted you to tune into, but the first subtle energy I want you to see is this one. Those are human beings, real humans, but they're using cameras that can see what you can't see, which is the subtle energies that are coming off the body. They come in colors, and they come in a lot of shapes and forms. And doctors are now able to look at the subtle energies and tell you, just from looking at it, what your problems are, and with extreme accuracy. And we aren't quite there yet to get the doctors to come along with this, because they don't understand a lot of things. Subtle energies, now we have new cameras. We have cameras now that it would be very hard to believe that it's possible that they can do what they can do. For example, they can go down to any planet in the solar system, tune their cameras to that, and you are on the surface of it, and you can look around in 360 degrees and see anything and everything there, just like you were standing on there. There's no difference. And you would know what it's like to live there just by walking around on that, but you're walking around it in something that's not actually real. And but it gives you a real image. And so because of that, we just were able to create for the first time ever what we used to call the Big Bang, where we knew that there was something that would come out of all of this stuff that would lead us into a whole new way of perceiving what's in front of us. For example, I want you to see something. This image across there is our galaxy, and for 4.6 billion years we didn't know there were these two big things up above and below, and from the top of one to the bottom of the other one is 50,000 years, light years across it. It's a long ways. Those things are really, really, really big. And we never saw them and didn't know they were there. Science knows they're there now. And now that they know they're there, then they have to do all this research to figure out why did the galaxy create them? And what is their purpose? And the questions go on and on and on and on. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now in science.
Can you show this one?
Yeah. Now this one is what we thought our galaxy looked like, and for 4.6 billion years we thought that was it. But then with one of the new cameras that came in, and they got right up close and took a picture of it, and it looks like what our galaxy actually looks like is this. It only has two arms, one from like a barrel in the middle coming out one way, and the other one goes out the other way. That is what you're living inside of right now, and have been for 4.6 billion years without knowing it, because we couldn't see. And this is the first thing we start teaching in here, is how to see subtle energies. And there are subtle worlds, whole areas, not just a planet, but a whole bunch of planets are linked together, and they're filled with people, but you can't see them because the light that comes off of them is not the light that comes off of us. It's a different kind of light. And so we're going to, in this book, in chapter 1, we're going to teach you how to begin to see these things. And later we're going to come into subtle worlds where you can look into the sky where you see it's all black and with little dots of white of suns. And but when you get to the actual truth of the matter, the black turns white. It's all subtle energy. The whole thing. It's white light, not black light. And what's happening out there is dramatic. And we're going to have to make big changes inside of us in order to see what is really out there. And we're going to slowly take you through this book, Volume 3, which took a long time for us to be able to get through it. It was about 5 years or so. And eventually, we got to the point where we were only 2 months away from needing to give it to the publisher. We weren't ready because there were so many problems that we just don't know how they happened or where, why, and what. It doesn't matter anymore. But so 2 people, that's Lindsay and Lisa Williams. Wilson, excuse me, sorry. And she put all the images together so that when you read what I'm saying, the image is right there, and when what I'm saying starts making sense because you have the image there.
Yeah, I'm just going to breeze through and show how beautiful this book is. And the full color images, it's like magazine quality. There's so many beautiful images in here to support what Drumbelow is teaching. So this Awakening the Illuminated Heart was a workshop that you started to teach in 2011, even though you had been working on it for about a year before then.
Yeah.
And then trained a bunch of teachers around the world, and we all started teaching it 2011, 2012, and then you taught it through 2015.
Yeah, 2014 and 15.
Yeah, and this book is based upon, the template of the book is from the Awakening the Illuminated Heart workshop, which, you have over 100 teachers now who are still currently, myself included, teaching this Awakening the Illuminated Heart workshop. And so this book is an amazing study companion for the workshop, and it's also an update to the workshop with some new information as well.
Yeah, it will actually take the ideas and everything that we had in ATIH work. It brings it to another level, and the teachers are going to have to learn things that they've never heard of before.
Oh, the teachers have been practicing, and we've been having meetings with Drumbelow, and we're up to speed, and the teachers are now adapting the ATIH workshop to include this new information.
Yeah, we've learned that there's things in your body, especially around the head and around the hearts and all kinds of areas, that are aware of what that thing is, whatever it is. If it's like, I don't know. There's so many of these, and the pineal gland which is one of the leading ones because it knows more about what I'm learning to talk about than anybody else in existence, I believe. And there may be more, but he's telling me now that the first thing they want to begin to teach us in the new information, and it's not in this book, it'll be in Volume 4, and but it's about psychic energy. Now we think psychic energy is just this weird stuff, and we don't know if it's real or not real or anything else, but the people who are using these things, like the pineal gland and the pineal chakra, etc., they know what they're doing. But if you read Volume 3 and you go all the way to the end of it, because that's where the real knowledge that's most important happens, that is toward the ending of the book. And but you have to read the other first parts to be able to know what we're talking about.
Right.
And but so if you just slowly read the book, and it takes a while, unless you're a super reader, and And there are super readers.
And also, it's not just read, it's actually do the practices. Like, you have to do these meditations and these activations to make it real for yourself, which is why there's a recording even of the guided meditations that Drumbolo and myself are leading, so that you can actually have somebody reading them to you so that you can make these real. So by the time you get to the end.
By the time you get to the end, it all starts making sense. It really does. This book was read by a German person who has one of the largest publishing companies in the world, and he teaches when somebody writes a book, he will read the book. And if the book is good, he will tell them it is. And if it's bad, he's going to tell them it's not a good book. And he just tells them what he sees. So he read this book, our volume 3. And when he got done, he called me up and said, "This is by far, the best book you ever wrote that I've known you to write. And it's incredible what you've been able to put together in all of this. And if you keep doing this kind of thing, these books are going to be life-changing forever."
So Drumbolo, would you talk to us about the pineal gland and the new awareness that's coming in for you about the power of the pineal gland?
Sure. This happened for me a long time ago. And when I was just learning about how we could create the work of the ATIH, of how you can get that into a system where somebody can go into that school, do all the steps, and when they come out, they're on another level of existence, and it keeps going, it doesn't stop, and but now it's in volume 4. It's going to change in ways that probably you weren't expecting. Right now, I want to switch back to the book itself and to try to communicate what it has to say to you. And when you get to the end of that book, you're going to feel the difference because you know things that nobody knows, hardly at all. And you now are high enough in consciousness to step into these higher levels of consciousness, and you will know how to use them. And once you know how to use them, it's going to give you the new Merkaba, where you can fly anywhere in the universe in 0 time, instantly. And you could have a job here on Earth and take an hour off and go to some planet and be there for an hour and hang out and talk to them and get back to their job before they even knew you left. It's really true. I've talked to the ETs that showed me how this works, and I actually did it, and it's I am very, very excited of where we're heading in our life, because the new Merkaba, that we know how to do it automatically, but we don't know how to do what is about to be given to you. You don't have to do anything to get it. You just have to have your heart open and allow consciousness to come into you, and you will automatically know how to do this, and you'll know what to do, and you'll know where we're heading, but you won't really understand it until the end of volume 4, and that's the last book I'm going to write, if I can get it done while I'm still alive. And so I'm doing my best on that.
One of the things that I love the most about your work, and I'll talk about this often, is that it's not wording that I've heard you use, but I use it. It's like sovereignty training. that word of like sovereignty, that we have everything we need inside of ourselves. And
Oh.
you helped bring our awareness of that, like our higher self connection, the tiny space of the heart, the Merkaba, the pineal connection, like it's all within us.
Yeah.
That we have everything we need directly within. And I really love that about your work.
Yeah, well, it's not really my work. It goes to older people than me.
Right.
I've been around a long time, but these people have been around for so long that it's kind of unusual. Like the one that's been flying me all around the universe in his Merkaba is Machivinda Melchizedek, and he is over 18 billion years old, and he was around when the universe was just being made, and he learned how to create universes by learning, and he's still here. He's actually on the earth. He may be leaving pretty soon, but he's been on the earth now for several months. And he's just going around and looking at all of us to see where we're at and where we're capable of going to. And even though we maybe could only go to a certain step in all of this, once you get there, you're going to find out that there's more. And when you get there, you're going to find out there's more. There's no end to this level of consciousness. And it's so beautiful. It's something that the source of life gave to us, or wanted to give to us, when he first got here, and thought it would be important if we could reach into these levels of consciousness. But we never could. Yeah, but now we can. It took a long time to get here, but now you are capable of doing things that you never thought would be possible. So, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to do anything. You just have to ask the beings that are inside of you that can create whatever it is that you need, and in Volume 4 we're going to change and go into the unknown, into worlds that we have never, probably more than likely, have never even thought of, and my pineal gland tells me that though he is the pineal gland, is the eye of God, was what he was called for thousands of years, and because he knows exactly what God would do in any particular case, and he says. Now, 6,000 years ago, he said that all the pineal glands of the entire world, and at that time, all we knew was that the fish have them, the birds have them, and human beings have pineal glands. But now, I believe that they're beginning to find more and more and more life forms that have them. And as they do, we're going to learn how to speak in all languages. It starts with a small number, maybe 10 or 20, but you can learn 10 or 20 languages fluently.
Are you saying that the pineal gland is like a universal translator?
It can be. I'm still learning what's possible. And so he says that the first thing he wants to give us is the psychic side of things, because we think it's a woo-woo step. You know, we don't know if it's real or not real, or we don't know what good it could be. But he says that we lost all that about 6,000 years ago, and he and others now know and remember everything, how to do anything. Like they're going to put in NI inside of you instead of AI. AI is actually dangerous. But
NI meaning natural intelligence.
And NI is natural intelligence, and it's been used since the universe was born. And you will have one inside of your Merkaba, and you can talk to it, and it can talk to you. You can ask it any question about the universe it's ever happened, and he can tell you instantly what the answer to your question is. He doesn't need to know even where you're going with it, because he knows exactly what you're thinking. And that's just one of the things. You can also talk to your Merkaba, and it can talk to you. You can tell it what you want to do to make something special for it. And there's a whole lot of things that can be added into your pineal, to your Merkaba. And even like the consciousness itself that we have here on Earth now and on the sun, you could store a duplicate of it inside your Merkaba, so that anybody that ever rides with you can, just by riding with you, would change who they are, and in a positive way. Life is going to get really easy, and it's going to be really fun, because you can realize what human possibilities are, and we can keep changing those possibilities. Okay.
All right, so Drumbolo, would you talk to us a little bit about the angel ceremony that happens in the Awakening the Illuminated Heart workshop?
Yeah.
The angel?
That's the angels. I lived with them for several years, and I got to know who they are and what's possible with them. And it's almost anything. They have abilities beyond our abilities. I was at Viola's house the other night, and I left her house at night, and it was dark. I couldn't see, and I started driving out, and I took a turn and here and there, and pretty soon I was just absolutely lost in the darkness. I couldn't figure out how to get out of there, and I finally said, "Wow!" I says, then I got straightened up and said, "Well, you guys, the angels told us that if I ever needed help, just ask them. So I'm asking you now." I need to know how to get out of here.
Yeah, my neighborhood's like a maze. It's true.
And so they said, "Well, that's easy. Just go down to the next corner and turn left and drive until I tell you to stop." And then he had said, "Turn right here and do this," and kept telling me and giving me instructions. And before I knew it, I was on the road to 89A, and I recognized everything. And all I could say was, "Thank you, you guys." I could have been there until the sun came up. Maybe the next day I could figure it out. But that's nothing compared to what's possible. I've watched the angels and how they can do things, and we're approaching that right now as we begin to bring in all what's in this book. When we start bringing this into us, and it becomes part of us, and we can see through the words in the book that it's possible, but we haven't maybe got to the place where we could actually do it. But you will. You will. It's not that hard. Volume 4, if I'm able to finish it, God willing, I will put in there things that we haven't talked about. All kinds of things about marriage and how we will connect in the future or other things, sexual energy, which is important. Most people think it's pretty important. And but there are ways of doing sexual energy that is just as important, and we don't know about that. It's something new. It's not new to the universe, but it's new to us. But the kinds of things that are coming in Volume 4 are going to be very different, but they will allow you to go farther into the understanding. And when you get into the universe, you could begin to look for the people that understand what you're trying to understand, and they will teach you in seconds. And it's a whole new world, and it's here right now. It's not going to come here someday. It is here right now. And so if you want your Merkaba, you can just ask either the consciousness itself, or you could ask your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is light. It's white light. And it speaks in all languages in existence. And it can teach you how to speak in these languages very quickly. And if you want to get your pineal gland to talk to my pineal gland, he'll give you. He's a little bit on the heading of all of this, because he was the first one to break out of what was happened 6,000 years ago. Whatever that was, I can't figure it out, and he can't figure it out either. This is exactly what happened. They don't know, but it happened, because none of them know how it happened, but they know that it did happen. And so it's
When all the pineal glands got shut down?
Yeah, they were all shut down, I think, at least on the same day. And they never could come back until just recently. And he asked me if I could break that problem. And I really didn't know if I could or not. And I started doing the things that I did when we were trying to teach how to bring the beams of light out. And it's the same information in a different way. And it worked. He was able to do that. And he also, on the very first time when we did this, there was about 120 people in the room. And he went around to every one of them, opened them up, and told them all the secrets that he had learned through and part of it was the whole thing about how do you bring your beams of light out. And because we didn't know, but he told all your pineal glands, everybody in that room, exactly how to do it. And so when it came time for you to learn how to put the beams of light out of your head, you just knew exactly what to do.
It's so true.
And every single person was able to do it.
And in every ATIH workshop that I've ever taught, everyone does it. When we do the beams of light, everyone can do it.
Yeah. But now we're going to come to the end of this, where the entire workshop, everything you've said, or maybe everything you've said in all the various ones and everything else, it will be, you could give it to them, and they know what it is.
Right.
And it's a different form of teaching. You don't have to sit there in front of them and teach and teach and teach. You just give it to them. And
that's the future.
That is our future, and it's already happening with the ETs. They wonder when it's going to happen to us, but we're right there. We have everything we need. We've got the consciousness here. All we have to do is just open our hearts and just, especially the tiny space of the heart, because that's connected to everything in the universe, and just relax and let who you really are, come out and create what it is that you want to create. It's all right. You're not doing anything wrong, and the source of all life, if you want to, is now living inside the new sun, and you could go inside that sun and talk to him if you want to. It's all right. Or you could just go in and talk to the sun. The sun loves to talk to people, and you don't have to be afraid of anything anymore. You just have to do it. It's okay.
Well, Drunvalo, I want to thank you so much for being here, firstly, but also finishing this book, for coming on this interview today, for blessing the world with these understandings that you've come to. So thank you from all of us. People all around the world keep messaging me and wanting me to send you their love and their appreciation. So
I feel it. It's
sending that your way.
Yeah, thank you. It helps. It gives me encouragement to keep going. But I'm not going to end it until the people that I work with ask me to come back. And when they do, I'm going to be gone.
Because you're here on assignment, and so I guess when another assignment comes, then you'll take that assignment.
Yeah. And people that are involved in this on a deeper level have been doing this for a long time. Like I said, Machivinda Melchizedek has been doing this for over 18 billion years, and his life is very, very long. And what I did get from him is that as you get older, your light that comes out of your body and so that they can see you gets dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until finally you can't see someone of that quality until you're very close to being the same quality. And but there's so much ahead. You're not going to be bored, I can promise you that.
So the Awakening the Illuminated Heart is also the workshop, right? And as I was saying earlier, there's over 100 ATIH teachers all around the world who have been personally trained by Drunvalo and certified by Drunvalo to teach this work, and all of us have been teaching it for at least 10 years. And so if you want to embody this work, if you really want to learn it deeply and participate in a workshop, the website currently for all the teachers is rememberingtheheart.com, and it's listed here in this book, but you can go there and you can find an ATIH teacher somewhere in the world near you, or also there's online workshops as well, so that you can actually train with somebody who's been certified by Drunvalo and really learn to embody this work. And we've been having meetings with Drunvalo regularly as teachers, and learning the new information, learning upgrades, talking with him. And also, just the one last thing to say about that is only the teachers who are actually listed on that website are the certified teachers from Drunvalo. Anyone else, if they're not on the website, then they haven't been trained by Drunvalo and certified by him. So that's where you can find legitimate teachers of the Awakening the Illuminated Heart.
I have watched the teachers over the days and
over the many years.
And as they teach, they learn and they get better teachers until finally they realize they actually know and understands a lot of things. But and because you know it so well, when you teach it to someone, they fall in love with you because you've opened a door that they could not even find where the door was. And it's a very good thing to do for the world.
Yeah, the teachers are really devoted to this work, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Love to teach it, yeah.
But this new thing that we're going into with the pineal glands and pineal chakras, and all this stuff is. See, once you get into that one chakra, it's a stream of chakras, one over the top of the other one, and before you know it, you have access to all of them. And when you do, you get to have access to them in different ways to put them together, and they can do different things. And he's been talking to me about that. It's just like in the codons. There's a grid in the DNA of an 8x8 square.
Yeah.
And 8 times 8 is 64. And there's 64 possible new programs that could be used from the DNA, but the human beings have only been able to use, I think it was 22 or something like that, and they could get to the other ones. And but then when we started understanding some of these things, and we started teaching what was going on, they expanded, and it's all moving very fast. There's teachers that have quietly just sat there and just done it and learned, and they now are learning how to put other pieces together and make things work. And as they do, they go up, and all their students go up in consciousness. And as we do, the whole world goes up in consciousness.
It's like we're all uplifting each other.
Yeah, we are. And it is not a race. It's not anything like that. It's just something that is possible. And if you teach what's possible, people will understand, and they will be able to go into higher levels of consciousness. And as they go into higher levels of consciousness, they begin to know things for no reason. They just know. They just understand what the person's starting to talk about. And this is where a lot of the ETs are now. They have incredibly beautiful spaceships to take them anywhere and they want, and instantly. And they can, their Merkabas can turn into houses, and big ones if you want. Got a lot of people, and you can you have so many things inside of your new Merkaba that you probably wouldn't know what it is, but the NI that's in there, you just say, okay, what are all these things? And they go, oh, that's okay. They go, and all of a sudden you know what all of them mean and how to use them. And you don't need anything else. And you can just keep going until your little Merkaba is a school. It teaches you how to be beyond what you think you are. And life is beautiful, and it gets better and better. And I want you to be happy and to understand that you have been given something that is really worthwhile. And as you start learning from one thing to the next, and sometimes you'll get into areas that it's hard to believe that it's even possible. But just, if you can do it, do it. And just keep going.
All right, well, to be continued until next time. So sending love out there to the world. Goodbye from Sedona.
We love you very much. And thank you for all the good work that you've done for people other than yourself and your family. Thank you. Thank you.